Welcome to Wrestling Binge Face Holiday Edition, where two friends binge watch holiday specials and talk about it. I'm Adam McCoy.
And I'm Amanda Kathleen. Adam and I work in TV. We watch a lot of TV. If we were Santa's helpers at the North Pole, we would help make TV for all the good little boys and girls, you know.
We'd make the physical TV and then also what to watch on TV.
Yeah, we would just make a TV and then sit in front of it and watch it. And then Santa would get so mad that we weren't doing anything. And we'd be like, sorry, you employed us.
It's your
Where's
fault.
my paycheck?
Got tenure now.
Boom. That leads us into what we're watching this week. Holiday specials from years past for our holiday special.
Our last episode of season 2.
Oh, for the year. We've done a whole year of podcasting
That's
for
right.
all of you.
So go back and catch up.
That's right.
We have a lot of them out there.
So, Adam, do you have any knowledge to drop on these holiday specials?
I do. And I didn't want to go into too much detail because we have 8 that we're watching.
We have 8 holiday special
But
showdown.
I noticed a theme.
Oh, okay.
Rankin Bass is a production company
yes.
that made all of these but The Grinch.
All of them but the Grinch?
All of them but The Grinch are Rankin
Wow.
Bass. So it's Rankin Bass, production company. You'll see at the end of all these specials. And they did some animation. But their biggest one was like these holiday Rudolph animation.
The stop
type of
motion,
things.
yeah.
Stop motion. And it's actually from Japan. Did you know that these were all actually made in Japan?
No.
Yes. So it's something called animagic is a style. So a lot of people think that this is actually claymation.
Right.
There's no claymation. These are
No.
puppets. They're puppets with parts that move independently. So they do
Right.
stop motion with puppets. And so when they first saw this in Japan, they met over there with some of the people in Japan, like, oh, we could do this for our stuff. So they actually outsourced to 5 different Japanese animation companies
Oh, wow.
throughout. That's the entire life of the department. Right. But yeah, they weren't actually made in America. They were an American production company, but they were made in Japan.
Wow. It's like Power Rangers.
Yeah, it is. Just like Rudolph should be a member of the Power Rangers.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, so they outsourced it there. They also got into animation, real animation, which is where Frosty came in.
Yes.
And a few other ones, not as big. Frosty's probably the biggest animated.
Did they do Charlie Brown?
They did not do Charlie. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Charlie
okay.
Brown is not. I totally grazed over
Everything
that,
Santa, Christmas involved.
Yes. So everything that we're going to talk about besides Charlie Brown and the Grinch.
Okay.
Everything else is Rankin Bass.
That's crazy.
It is. And so the biggest one that, like the one that really got them on the map was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Obviously,
that's like their
the
biggest
number
hit.
one, yeah.
And it's funny that what we're watching, the ones we're watching, you'll see a lot of these DVDs you can buy that have a lot of these collections in there, but the ones you won't find on those are Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Frosty the Snowman.
That's true.
In the collections. Because they're still owned by CBS. So they have rights to those. So they're actually owned by CBS.
Okay.
So you won't see those. They still air on CBS to this day.
Right.
And they still have the rights for, I don't know how much longer they have it, but they have them for a while.
Right.
They have those. And interestingly enough, Charlie Brown was made for CBS.
Dang.
And after looking at the list, I'd only watched half of the ones that we're doing today. I'd never seen any of the other ones. And all the ones that I have seen were on CBS. So I must have been a CBS family growing up.
I guess so.
Like
I've only seen the CBS
only seen the
ones.
CBS specials. Okay, so the last information I'm going to give out, I'm not going to go over every single piece, but they actually made a live action version of The Year Without Santa Claus where John Goodman played Santa Claus and Delta Burke played Mrs. Claus.
When was this?
This was in 2006.
What?
And I had never heard of it, and I don't think I should ever watch it.
I don't even know.
It was very poorly received.
It's where Christmas specials go to die.
Yes.
Jeez.
2006. So look that one up, kids. Delta Burke, John Goodman as
No.
Mr. and Mrs. Claus.
Don't do that.
So that was a live action version that Rankin Bass. And,
Oh,
and
God.
Rankin Bass had a part of that one.
Oh, did they?
And so maybe that's why they never did any more live action.
They're like, we're done.
We're done with this.
Oh, no. Adam's done dropping holiday knowledge. This is your spoiler warning. I don't know. Have you seen any of them? Do you watch TV? Do you?
I'm almost.
Do you turn on the
guaranteed
TV during Christmas time?
anyone who's listening has seen at least one of these.
I'm assuming so.
And if not, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? Also, if you have an AMC login, they have a lot of these on there. So do yourself a favor and have a holiday marathon. Because Freeform ain't playing any of these. Yeah. Which is sad. So
they're just so easily available to stream. That's probably why they're not playing them anymore. Because you can find a lot of these.
You can find a lot of these. I'm sure if you go on YouTube and Google Rudolph's Shiny New Year.
Oh, I'm sure you can find that one.
That'll pop up.
So what we've decided to do for this episode is not just binge watch a bunch of shows. We're going to actually rate them.
We're rating them.
And see which one we think reigns supreme.
Yes.
The Christmas champion. Showdown. Holiday champion. And yeah, so we'll go over a few. What are the criteria we're going over with this one?
So we watched 8 holiday specials because these were the 8 we could access. So there's a mix of like popular ones and not so popular ones. And we're rating them in holiday spirit. We're rating them with, does the story make sense? Mm-hmm. Is it
intriguing?
Is it intriguing? Why did the story have to be written in the first place? And finally, animation. Does the animation hold up over time? Because a lot of these were made in the 60s and the 70s.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So we binge watched all 8 for you. You can do the same.
Mm-hmm, yeah, and then you rate your score.
And then you rate your score, and each one of the criteria gets at up to 5 points. So it's between 1 and 5. So get ready, because it's the holiday showdown of your dreams. Are you ready, Adam?
Jingle bells. Yes, I am. Jingle bells. Yeah, I am.
All right. So we're going to start with The Grinch.
Yes.
Animation, not Jim Carrey.
Not the Jim Carrey.
Not Benedict Cumberbatch animation.
But the original.
OG Dr. Seuss.
Dr.
Read
Seuss's
from the book.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yes.
Boris Karloff.
Yes.
Narrating.
That lovely classic
1966
animation.
CBS classic.
That's right. Adam, what do you think? Does it hold up over time?
I definitely think this holds up over time.
It really does.
I definitely don't think they needed another animated movie.
No.
So I totally think this holds up. It's going to be on the higher side of my scoring scale.
Yeah, me too.
So for holiday spirit, I'm giving this one a 5.
I also gave it a 5.
This spoiler, it's my only 5. Oh no, I have one more. Sorry.
Oh.
So I gave it a 5. Plot and story, I give it a 4. It's a solid 4.
I give it a 5 because it's a classic. There's nothing wrong with it. It's about, the
story.
Friends, family, not worrying about gifts. We're all here for each other.
Non-commercialization. The only thing I give it a little tick on
what
is the fact that as a book, the story's right there. They prolong it quite a bit with some of the songs. Now, I will admit, the song they sing...
The songs are adorable.
...is great, where he, throughout the running...
Yes.
But I just gave it 1 point off because of the story. I just wasn't going to give it 5 5s, or 3 5s. So...
Okay.
Because animation, I gave it a 5.
I'll give it a 4.
Because, to me, it still holds up.
It holds up, but it's still a little... Like, they could do, instead of making a whole new animated Grinch, like they did, they could have just, updated the old one. Just a little bit.
Blasphemy. No.
Yeah, they could have.
Don't touch it. That's part of the style.
They could have made it look just a little nicer. It's getting old.
All right.
Okay.
So you give it a 4. I give it a 5. All right. So grand total of?
I did 14.
Mine's 14 as well.
Okay.
Look at that.
14. Grinch is in the top spot right now. In the lead
so far. All right. Maybe we shouldn't have started with that one.
No. But they're just going to keep getting better and better. The next one we have is Charlie Brown Christmas. What's the exact title, Adam?
Charlie Brown Christmas.
Is that the exact title?
A Charlie Brown Christmas, yeah.
Okay. I thought it was like, Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown.
They say that at the end, but I believe it's just a Christmas, Charlie Brown at Christmas.
Okay.
So this is 65. It's 1 year before The Grinch, and again on CBS. So after the success of Charlie Brown, they're like, we need another Christmas show.
Get that Grinch.
And this is the one that so many people mimic in TV shows and movies of it's the real meaning of Christmas.
Right.
Lights, please. Linus, the whole deal. Very iconic.
It's a very iconic, very classic Peanuts style story.
You got the nice little side stories with Snoopy and with all the other characters.
It's a nice. I'm surprised how short it was too.
Yeah, it's a lot shorter than
it's like 20 minutes or something. 25 minutes.
They pack so much into it.
They do.
And you get the real meaning of Christmas, Charlie Brown.
You
so
do.
For that, I give this a 5 for holiday spirit.
I did. I gave it a 5.
There you go.
All around. And then for the plot of the story, I gave it a 4. Because, Charlie Brown, he's always like bringing me down sometimes. I'm like, we get it, Charlie.
But that's what's great. He gets the bad tree and
Charlie,
they all
we get it.
rally around him.
You're better than everyone. Okay.
Well, I gave it a 4.5.
Okay.
Because I do like all the side plots.
The side plotting
They
things.
still all get married together, but I like the little side plots here and there.
Mm-hmm. But he didn't even kick a football.
Good. He does that every other time.
I want to see him kick a football.
This is original. All right, Lucy. Calm down.
Animation.
I give this one a 4.
I gave this one a 4 also.
Mm-hmm.
So
that brings my total to 13.5.
I have 13.
Ooh, okay.
So I like it just a little bit lesser than you.
Okay.
But it still holds up over time. Both of those two are classics, and they're classics for a reason.
Yes.
They hold up.
They hold up.
Yes. So now we're going to get into Adam's never seen some stuff territory. Jack Frost, 1969. Animation.
Yes, NBC.
NBC, this is the stop motion classic story of Jack Frost and how he became human for one day.
All for nothing.
All for nothing.
What a rip. So for holiday spirit, I'm giving this a 2. I do not feel
I gave
holiday.
it a 2 also just because they exchanged gifts at some point.
Kind of, yeah.
They celebrated Christmas. It's the saddest movie
It's horrible.
ever. These people are paying money with frozen water.
Yes.
They're in Russia somewhere. There's a czar.
Who has a mechanical horse.
Ugh.
It's
sad.
I will say I've never seen this movie, and I'm not saying that I feel like I missed out at all.
No.
But I've never seen this before. I don't highly recommend it.
I was like, I've seen it, and I was like, I'll watch it again. And then I realized, wow, this movie is not good.
So spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. He goes through all this trouble. He becomes human for one day, and Father Winter is like, if you achieve everything,
if you get someone to love you and marry you,
you get a horse and a house and a bag of gold and a wife,
right?
Then you can be human. So he gets everything, but then when he goes to get the wife, she's marrying somebody else.
She don't like him. He ain't a knight. Like, fuck you, Jack.
Yeah.
But it's not like he said he was Jack Frost because she loves Jack Frost.
Yeah. He was trying to keep that internally.
Right. So, sucks for him.
So for plot and story, I give it a 3.
I gave it a 3 also.
Yeah.
Animation, I gave it a 4. It holds up pretty well.
I gave it a 4 as well. We got the exact same score.
9?
Brings us to a 9.
Whoop, whoop.
Okay.
If you haven't seen it, I say watch it because it's just hilariously terrible.
I watched this with my kids, and they hated it. They were like, all that work, and he doesn't become...
I know. Tell me about it.
Oh.
Although, that's a good life lesson for them.
Yeah, don't
Sometimes
try, kids.
It doesn't happen.
Don't try. Okay, so we'll go into another one that I had never seen.
Another stop motion animation.
Yes, Year Without Santa, 1974.
Mm-hmm.
This was after Jack Frost. Yes. Again, this is another Rankin Bass. Right. It's another stop motion. Mm-hmm. I give this one actually a 5 on holiday spirit.
Yeah, because it's so holiday spirited.
It's all about the holiday.
So Santa takes a holiday. Santa's like sick, and You're Without a Santa Claus.
He's overworked.
He's overworked.
Oh, his back and my feet.
And he needs to take a break. I mean, Mrs. Claus is like begging him to take a break.
I just think it's funny that he can't take a break in July. Like
he can. He's
I'm
got
just gonna
stuff
take
to do.
Christmas off. The only year I actually go out of the house is the day I'm going to take
He's got
off.
a lot of stuff to do. Okay.
Apparently.
But it's a very interesting story. It's different than all the other Christmas stories. Yes. Santa takes the day off. Mrs. Claus sends some elves down to the South America. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And trouble ensues. And they
you got
meet
a reindeer who gets sick.
They meet Snow Miser and Heat Miser.
Heat Miser, yeah.
Songs are sung. It's very good. It's also very like in the vein of The Grinch and Charlie Brown, about not to take like personalized.
Mm-hmm. They get all the kids in the world like, you're right. You know what? We're gonna make toys and give them to Santa Claus.
Right. Like Santa does deserve a holiday.
And I like how they go multicultural back in 74.
It's very progressive for its time.
all the kids from around the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, it's a small world after all.
Right.
When you see
Mrs. Claus sings a song that anyone could be Santa.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally ladies too.
She's so progressive.
She is. So I also gave it 5. I think it's out of the stop motion. I think it's probably my favorite.
Okay, you're entitled to that.
Right. So
I give it a 4 for story.
I also gave it a 4 for story.
It's pretty good. It's a little
pretty
different.
good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's not as weird as the other stories that they've had. So it's still a holiday spirit story.
Animation, I'm giving my first 3.
Ooh.
I gave it a 3 in animation.
I gave it a 4. I think it holds up more.
I think the Heat Miser, Cold Miser made up for it, but some of the other characters in it, the animation, the puppets were not.
Well, we're going to talk
very
about
good.
one of those soon.
I hope it's the same one I'm thinking of, or I'll be crazy. So I give it a 3. That gives my total to a 12.
I have a 4, and it's 13.
Okay.
So my
You're
second
now
place
tied.
is tied with Charlie Brown.
Okay. That's manageable.
Right. That's mine.
Well, now let's go back to one that I grew up watching.
Whoop.
Frosty the Snowman.
Oh, yeah.
Completely animated. Another
completely
cartoon.
animated.
No stop motion. 1969 CBS.
Yes.
And this one, I grew up watching it.
I grew up watching it.
Not saying it's my favorite.
So I haven't watched it in a while, and I was rewatching it, and I'm just like, why did I like this movie as a kid? I don't understand.
Busy. It's
the plot's a little weird. Like, you have a villain, the magician villain, and his hat turns Frosty into life.
Into a real...
Even though he can't do magician stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's some girl named Karen who gets on my nerves. Like Frosty's like, you want to come to the North Pole with me, Karen? And Karen's like, yeah, I'll come to the North Pole with you, Frosty. And he has to get off the train because she's like, she's freezing.
So he goes into a hothouse,
God, Karen.
For the poinsettias. Yeah, I give it this one a 3.5 in holiday spirit.
Oh, I gave it 3
because it's not. I mean, Santa's there.
Santa shows up.
It's kind
to
of holiday.
Save Frosty because he melts, but
yeah.
If Karen wasn't there, he wouldn't have melted.
I gave it 3.5 across the board. So 3.5 for plot and story. Not the most exciting story, I think.
It's real short, also. Yeah,
which is a benefit. If it were long and it was bad, it'd be even worse. And animation style, it's not horrible, but it's not great. There's definitely some.
I gave it 3s across the board.
I gave it 3.5s across the board, so I'm 1.5 higher than you. I get wait, I didn't do my math right. I have a 10.5.
I have 9.
You have 9. Okay.
I mean, it's still a classic. It's not like Grinch worthy, but like,
I think this is one, if I had I not watched it as a child, I would have given it an even lower score.
Probably, yeah.
There's still a little bit there that I'm like, okay, it's reminiscent.
I can't tell you how many times Frosty says Karen, and then this must be where Karen came from. Someone was watching Frosty and was like, God, this Karen is such a Karen.
Happy birthday. He's an idiot too, by the way. He's dumb. Yeah, okay, so not the highest one that we have. So that's your
highest.
lowest. No,
that's my lowest so far. Well, it's tied with Jack Frost.
Okay. I have a little bit higher than Jack Frost for me. 1.5 higher than Jack Frost.
Okay.
Now, for the original Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
The classic.
The
first.
What kind of started them all in their animated stop motion style. 1964. It was actually made for NBC for General Electric Energy Hour. Like some sort of special.
But CBS owns it?
But now CBS owns the rights to it. And CBS has had rights to it since like the mid-90s.
Wow.
So there you go.
There you go.
I'll let you start this time.
Well, Rudolph is a classic. Like the holiday spirit oozing out of this movie is a 5. I mean, come on. Like, it's Santa can't fly his sleigh unless Rudolph shines his bright, shiny nose. Like, come on, that's the ultimate Christmas story.
Yeah.
So it needs a 5.
I disagree, but
what?
Yeah. I know, and I like this movie. One of my favorite Christmas movies. I'm giving it a 3.5 on Holiday Spirit because Santa's an ass. They're all ass.
They just look. This is before the progressive movement of the Year Without a Santa Claus. Okay, they're stuck in their ways. They're all assholes. Rudolph leaves. They realize they need him and that they're dumb for being mean to him, and they change their ways and they celebrate Rudolph, who's different.
Okay.
It's life.
I get it, but compared to The Grinch or Charlie Brown, where you just feel like you really wrapped it up at the end of this one, if he didn't have that red, if it wasn't foggy out that night, they'd still be making fun of him.
Right.
It doesn't make me feel like, oh, they've all redeemed themselves and they saw the error of their ways. No, they just saw an opportunity to use him.
Look.
So.
It stays true to the song, okay?
Yes, it does.
So I give it a 5.
So 3.5 for me.
Okay.
What are you on plot and story?
I gave it a 4 because I really enjoy the dentist part. Of the elf who wants to be a dentist.
A dentist?
And they go to the land of misfit toys. Mm-hmm. I love all of that.
Well, I gave it a 4.5. I love the story also.
Yeah.
It's just so out there. So many different things are going on.
Right.
But it does all sum up at the end, and it works.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I give it a 4.5 on story.
Yes. Now, animation.
See, I think we're going to disagree on this. I give it a 4.5 on animation. I think this is the best of all the stop motion ones.
You are crazy because I was watching it, and there was mouths that were off constantly. I don't think you watched it correctly.
I watched it correctly. And I just think also and maybe I'm getting two things confused here.
Maybe.
But the design of the puppets, to me, like compared to A Year Without Santa, like the physical features, I do not like the way they look. I think they look odd.
What are you talking about?
I think they look much better in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Yes.
No.
Look at Hermie the Elf.
He's cute, but like...
I think the Santa from this one looks better than the Santa from A Year Without Santa Claus.
No. There's a 10-year difference. They've obviously gotten better.
No, I disagree.
Rudolph's mouth was off. Like, they're talking we're off. The stop motion of it did not hold up whatsoever. I gave it a 3.
Well, I'm giving it a 4.5.
You're crazy.
So my total's 12.5.
Mine's 12.
So in the end, I'm only 1/2 point higher than you.
You're crazy.
So right now, this is my third. Number 3 in mine so far in ranking.
This is my number 3.
Okay, all right.
Because I have 2 tied for second. So all of you counting out there, we're not counting either.
Speaking of Rudolph. Now it's time for Rudolph's Shiny New Year.
Oh, I love this one. Okay, it's weird. Has nothing to do with Christmas.
It does not.
It says it in the title.
But it's considered a sequel to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
It is. But I just love it. I love the baby. I love how big his ears are. I love that they make fun of him. I love all the islands they go to that are stuck in time.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I love it. Adam's never seen it. Adam, what did you think?
I've never seen it at this point. I am a huge fan of it.
Yeah?
Yes. I have to give it Holiday Spirit. I gave it a low score, though.
You kind of have to because it's...
I was going to give it a 2.5. I'm going to go for a 3.
I gave it a 3 also.
Because Holiday can include New Year's, too, also. I mean,
Santa was also in it, though, a little bit.
Yes. Plot and story, I give it a 5.
You did?
Because it's fantastic.
I gave it a 3 because it's kind of weird.
That's the beauty of it. There's an island where you're stuck in time forever.
You're right.
That's amazing. It's just so out there. Plus... Red Skelton does the voice of Father Time,
right?
Who's one of my favorite comedians of all time, and that's good to see. I should have given a little bit of a takeaway for the plot, just because I feel like there's a theme, and when we go to our next one, there's an even bigger connection here.
Oh yeah,
but the whole somebody looks different, we're gonna laugh at them,
right? I mean, this is our second movie we're talking about.
Yes, yeah, and it's not the last. But I still gave it a 5 just because I think. It's just so different.
It's different.
And I really enjoyed that part of it.
I know.
I like that.
I like it. I still gave it a 3 because it's a little weird.
I like the weird.
Some people might not like it. I enjoy it. There's also like little stuff here and there, but I gave it a 3 for plot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Animation style for this one?
Animation, I gave it a 4. I think it's better than Rudolph.
I give it a 3.5. So it's almost the same as Rudolph.
Okay. Whatever. What does that bring yours
So that brings my total to 11.
I got 10.
Okay.
Pretty close. Number 4 coming in.
And finally,
the last one.
The last one
which I've apparently never seen.
Oh, you've never seen it before?
No.
Oh, I thought you'd seen it already.
I've heard of it.
Well, this will be a first for both of us.
It's Nestor the hold on.
Nestor the long-eared Christmas donkey.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it was based on Jesus and Mary and Joseph going to Bethlehem. The classic Jesus was born story.
Yes.
I knew that. Did I know it was going to be how it was going to be? No. And if I could rank it 0, I would.
You would.
But I had to rank it. So
okay.
This movie is the worst.
Of all the movies we've watched, it's definitely the worst.
I don't know. It may be the worst Christmas movie I've ever seen in my life. It's just
maybe
so hardcore, like Christian in a bad way, because they have like the Roman soldiers come to take the donkeys, and they're like, "We're gonna take these donkey slaves."
In a bad way or realistic?
I mean, it's probably realistic, but it was just like for a kids movie to watch on Christmas.
Oh, you know what's even better than that?
What?
When his mom saves his life by warming him up and covering him, and then she dies of.
Oh my God!
And she freezes to death.
Like when she was doing it, I was like, in my head, I was like, "Please don't die! Please don't die!
Mm-hmm.
Please don't die!" And then he's crying. And I'm like, "Oh great, she died."
Yeah, and
that's terrible.
It's really all
the cherub is fucking weird.
Yeah, that's weird. The voice of the cherub is weird, and she just looks creepy.
She looks creepy. It's just like the whole plot story is like, yeah, Rudolph's a great story, but this donkey is the real shit because he carried Mary to Bethlehem. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, really? When was this? 1977? It obviously they were going on their last leg. And they were like, the Christian community was probably like, why don't we have a stop motion movie?
Well, also, that brings us to, first let's do Holiday Spirit. I gave it a 3.
I gave it a 3 because it's
Jesus. Talk about
the
birth of Jesus without saying, okay, at least it's got something to do with the holiday.
I used to bake birthday cakes on Christmas for Jesus.
Nice, yeah.
So he's the kickoff of the season.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
He's the reason for the season. So you kind of have to give it at least a 3.
And then plot and story.
Oh, the plot I gave a 1.
A 1?
I was not having it.
I'm going with a 2 because it's just a rehash of Rudolph.
It's literally a rehash because he's got long ears and everyone.
And is this the one that's based on the song? There's another song about. There's a song just like in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's based on a song about the long-eared donkey.
What? So this is actually a thing?
Mm-hmm, correct. Because I had to look it up when I was done. I'm like, what? So it was actually a song.
No.
Again, they based it on a song.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, I give it a 2. It's just too much like Rudolph, and they just threw Jesus in. It's like Rudolph with Jesus.
They could have literally did any other Jesus story. I mean, I know there's a Little Drummer Boy stop motion one, which I hope to God is better than this
I'm assuming that one's better. The fact that I'd never heard of this one before, and I've heard of the Little Drummer Boy several times, but never this one. I'm assuming it's much better than Nestor.
They could have done anything else. They could have just told the story of Jesus, and it would have been 10 times better.
Yeah, but they didn't.
But they did it.
And then animation, I'm giving this one a 2. This was horrible.
It was really bad. I gave it a 3 because I felt like they reused something.
The animals in the beginning, whenever he's around all the animals. Their mouths, some of them don't even have 2 sets of teeth, and they don't move at all, and they just kind of turn left and right.
Also, Mary and Joseph don't animate at all.
Yeah,
their faces are just.
This was just written mailed in. It was no, sure, whatever. We're not really gonna do anything.
What, the Christians want something? Oh yeah, okay, we'll throw something together.
Are they really Christian in Japan?
Do they have that? Do they have that story? They have that song, right? We'll just do that. No, it's not very good.
The only thing that I was pleasantly surprised, the voice of the donkey who narrates it.
Oh, yeah.
Is an actor or a singer named Roger Miller.
Right.
Who did some stuff with Disney. So he's Alan Adale in the animated Robin Hood Disney movie.
Oh, yeah, that is him.
He's a narrator of that. So I'm like, that's that guy. And he sings a couple of the songs. So at least there was that. I was like, okay, I can go through it. Because at least I'm hearing something that kind of pleases me. But again, this one I watched with my kids, and they were so upset when the mom died. They're like,
yeah.
Because I made a snide comment. I'm like, oh, well, I hope she doesn't die, joking. And then, she
does. And I'm like, oh, okay. Bambi style.
Yes. That's what they kept doing the whole time. Bambi. Yeah. It's just Bambi and Rudolph.
Basically.
combined.
Yes.
So that gives me a 7 on this one.
Me too.
There we go.
If I could give it 0, I would.
Well, you could.
Well, I was doing a ranking of 1 through 5, so I guess I could have gave it 3, but I wanted to be nice in some parts.
Well, you can't really give it a 0 because the holiday spirit has, like you said, it has to be there.
And it's there.
Okay, so are we doing a combined score now, or do we know?
I think obviously, Top King, number 1.
The Grinch.
How
the Grinch Stole
all
Christmas.
around.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously, that's the best holiday movie.
And the second one, well, you have the second one tied.
Second one is tied with Charlie Brown.
Charlie
and
Brown.
Year Without a Santa Claus.
Okay, I have Charlie Brown as my definite second.
Right.
And then Year Without a Santa Claus is third. Year Without a Santa Claus for me is
I think pretty much it goes down. It
Yeah.
goes Grinch, Charlie Brown, Year Without Santa Claus, Rudolph New Year, Frosty, Jack Frost, Nestor.
That's accurate.
That's pretty right,
Mhm.
right?
I guess I have Rudolph and or Rudolph Shiny New Year and Frosty tied. But yeah, pretty much.
Did you surprise yourself with some of the rankings?
The only one that surprised me was the Year Without Santa.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You really enjoyed it, didn't
I
you?
enjoyed it more than I thought. I really didn't like it when I first started watching it, but I'm like, okay, when I just look at it from this perspective,
Right.
it's up there.
It's up there.
Yeah. The rest of them
great.
sucked. No, actually, the one that surprised me the most was the Shiny New Year because it was just so weird and
It's
out
great.
there, and I loved it.
It's one of my favorites.
Had it been all about Christmas somehow and that same thing happened, it would have gotten a higher
It
score.
would have gotten a higher score,
But
yeah. For sure. But I'm surprised the Grinch won because in my head I was like, Year Without a Santa Claus, 100%. Because
So
that's
you
the one
went
I
into
watch
it-
yearly.
You see, I watch yearly The Grinch and Charlie Brown. But I could add this into my rotation. Year Without Santa could go into my
Go.
rotation.
See, guys, when you open up your minds, you just watch some things.
You watch a long-eared donkey and you get mad.
Ugh.
No, don't open.
You don't ever have to watch it. If you see it on any channel, run.
But I
run the other
guarantee
way.
you, I want somebody please send in the comments the name of a special that's worse than Nestor. There has to be one that's even worse.
There's one that's comparable to Nestor, which I watched this weekend, which is Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. That's an hour and a half of weird fucking shit, man.
You'll never get back.
You'll I swear to God, like an hour in, I was like, am I still watching this? What is happening? Why haven't they settled this?
Oh, that's funny.
It's crazy. It's supposed to be, I think, the third one in the Rudolph
In the Rudolph
series.
trilogy.
Yes. But just stop at Shiny New Year. Don't
Yeah.
don't go through that door. You're fine. But yeah, leave us a comment.
If there's one that's worse, let us know. But I have a list
You have a list. Are
Of
you
the
checking
ones
it twice?
that I think you have to watch every Christmas. This is what I have to watch. I'm not saying you have to, but I highly recommend it.
Okay.
This is what
This is Adam's
cannot-
must watch
I
Christmas
cannot
list.
go through Christmas. I have to watch these movies. Number one is Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Obviously,
kind of a giveaway.
it won
Yes.
first place.
So you have to watch that one. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Obviously.
You have to
You
watch
have
that
to
one.
watch that one.
Because everyone
It's
has
the
that
best vacation
issue with their
movie.
families. It's like, okay, I feel what he's going through.
It's like real life Christmas. That shit happens.
Yes. Squirrels jump out of trees all the time.
Your cousin just dumping his shit
In the
your
storm sewer. Another live action, Elf.
Elf. It's a recent classic.
It is. It has become in my household. We set up our Christmas tree the day after Thanksgiving, and we always watch Elf while we're doing it.
It's great.
Yes. Charlie Brown Christmas again for me.
Right.
This is just something we have to do. I think it's up there.
It's a high ranking holiday movie.
And then the last one's actually a combo because it could be either one. Muppet Christmas Carol.
Ooh.
One of the best.
It's my favorite Christmas Carol
one of the best
adaptation.
Christmas Carol adaptations ever. And you're going to disagree with this. Polar Express.
Oh, no.
If you have kids who grew up at that time, for some reason my kids, even my 13-year-old, still likes that. likes that movie.
No. I hate that animation style. I will not.
It's different. And then really quickly now,
Uh-huh.
top 5 alternative Christmas things that you have to watch. If you have families over,
Die Hard?
Die Hard's on there.
Woo!
Number 1, Home Alone.
Oh, but that's a holiday movie.
Yeah, I know. But it's not like when you think of all the other ones that you think of.
Oh, that's a classic.
Okay.
I
all right.
would. I watch it yearly.
All right. Well, then there you go. I'm on board. Die Hard, of course.
Die Hard, 100%.
Gremlins.
I watched that last night.
There, ho ho ho. Now I have a machine gun too. Gremlins.
100% Christmas movie.
Batman Returns. It's a little out there.
I gotcha.
But there's that.
I get it.
Lastly, bear with me.
Okay, I'm bearing.
Princess Bride. is totally a Christmas movie.
Okay.
Because
why?
The grandfather comes in with a gift wrapped. There's Christmas decorations in the boy's room. This boy is sick over Christmas vacation.
Okay.
And his grandfather's coming to read to him. This is a Christmas story, and it's amazing.
I think maybe I'm going to be on board for this one.
Okay, all right.
I think maybe now it'll be my yearly watch.
There you go. And if you watch it, anybody watching it,
right,
see the decorations back there. Plus, he's wearing the jersey that he probably just got.
That's a secret Christmas movie.
It is, yeah. He's playing the video game that he probably got as a gift.
Probably.
He's stuck in bed. So there you go. That's my, not quite Christmas, but alternative Christmas list.
I mean, obviously, all those are correct.
Yes.
Like Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Perfect.
So if you don't agree with us, fight me. Fight me outside the what's it? The Komatami complex.
I can't remember now.
Fight me outside that complex in Die Hard. Let's go. Takanami?
Takakami? I've seen the T-shirts that have like the Christmas party. Takakami Plaza, right?
Sure.
Yeah, we're going to go with that. It's completely wrong, but we're going to go with it. So if we were watching these, what kind of snacks could we have with these for Snack Attack?
Ooh, that leads us into our last segment. So obviously the holidays are full of snacks. I mean, people complain about how much weight they gain because of all the snacks.
So much food.
There's so much food. So obviously you're going to have a holiday party, okay? Like it's the holidays. You're going to have it. Throw on some of these classic TV specials and let the party begin. Number one snack. Hot chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
Marshmallows. You have to have marshmallows. Like, you can put them on the side for people who hate marshmallows, but who hates marshmallows?
Yeah. I like to put a candy cane in there to stir.
Oh, make it a little
chocolate
minty.
mint. Yeah, it's good.
Number 2, cookies. Any cookie.
Any cookie.
Just bake a cookie. Throw it out there.
I'm with you there.
Chocolate dipped cookies. Frosted cookies. Candy cane shaped cookies. Any cookies. Any cookies will do.
I'm on board.
It's a classic cookie season.
Santa agrees.
Santa's overweight because of them cookies.
Santa, you're too thin. You need to eat.
Next, number 3, Chex Mix. Savory or sweet. However you prefer. Or both.
I'm a savory man.
You're a savory guy? I like the sweet Muddy Buddy type.
That's pretty good too.
Those are good. I did a sweet version last year. It's very yummy. Also,
it's very versatile.
Diabetes, but that's fine. Number 4, peppermint anything. Anything you could find with peppermint.
Peppermint pot roast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why
sure.
not?
Why not? You can do a mint jelly.
Oh yeah, there you go. Lamb
for
and
a
mint.
Pot roast. Come on. Peppermint
I agree.
anything.
I'm a big fan of peppermint.
Like you go to the grocery store and you could just find all the peppermint versions of everything and put them out for your holiday special.
I know it's not cold in a lot of places where it's warm.
Right.
Peppermint milkshakes are amazing.
Ooh.
Candy cane and with the ice cream, a little bit of chocolate, fantastic.
I'm just saying.
There you go.
If you don't like pumpkin, here's your peppermint.
Go for
And last but not least, everyone's favorite holiday drink, booze.
Not specifically just booze.
Booze, anything. Boozy eggnog, boozy hot chocolate, boozy apple cider, booze everywhere.
Yeah.
You know it's a classic. You're going to be with your family. What are you going to do?
Drink.
Drink booze.
Drink and watch Princess Bride.
Drink and watch that terrible Frosty short.
You should make a drinking game. Whenever Frosty says Karen, you have to take a shot.
Oh my God, you'd be drunk in the 20-minute span that show.
Yeah.
Drunk. That's actually not a bad idea.
There we go. That's your goal this year. You got to watch it again when you have a party and have everybody take a shot whenever he says Karen.
Let's watch it again and drink every time Karen comes up.
Perfect.
And you have to do 2 shots when he says,
Happy birthday.
The Holiday Frosty Drinking Game brought to you by Resting Binge Face.
We endorse it.
Well, thank you guys for listening. We hope you enjoyed this holiday special and all of our specials we did this year. We hope that you enjoy listening to us. If you want to leave us a comment about what we should do next year,
yeah,
you could do that.
Any ideas?
Any ideas of shows? Maybe you want us to watch movies.
Yeah.
Adam's really wanting to watch movies.
Yeah, movies are the best.
Throw that down.
Yeah.
If you want to tell us that you hate all the Christmas specials, and that why would anyone want to do this holiday special, you could do that too.
Yeah, we should do a Festivus special next year.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Yeah. Alternative, that's what we should do next year. Alternative holiday specials.
It would just be us binging Sabrina again.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the pagan holidays.
Thank you guys for listening, and we will see you bingers next year.
Ho, ho, ho. Bye.
Bye.